Let's jump right into this. Imagine this scenario for a second. You walk into a crowded room, and before you even have a chance to say a single word, an AI quietly whispers right into your ear. That person over there has a 97.4% chance of becoming the love of your life. Now, what's really wild about that is the sheer razor-sharp precision of it. 97.4%. So what do? Do you walk over? Or do you ignore it completely because, well, love isn't supposed to come with a statistical probability attached to it, right? But here's the crazy part about all of this. We are getting surprisingly close to asking that exact question for real. Think about it. Dating apps are already predicting who you're going to swipe on with this eerie accuracy. Scientists know the exact chemical compounds that can trigger feelings of deep trust. And algorithms, they often know your specific type way before you even consciously realize it yourself. Act 1. The illusion of chance.
So, can love actually be engineered? Or is it literally the one thing humans can never fully hack? Let's find out. You know, people love saying, love just happens. But does it though? Take a second and really think about it. For most of human history, people didn't marry because they were just hopelessly, passionately in love. Not at all. Families arranged the marriages. Entire communities essentially decided who was supposedly compatible. Religion, culture, geography, or even just the specific village you happened to be born in, those things completely dictated who you met. Basically, your love life was engineered long before modern technology even existed.
Today, obviously, it's very different. Instead of your parents introducing you to potential partners, algorithms do the introducing. Instead of bumping into someone by chance at the local market, you meet them after swiping through 300 different faces while sitting in your pajamas, eating cereal at midnight. Romantic? Maybe not. Engineered? Absolutely.
Act 2. Engineering Human Biology.
Now, here's something that's slightly terrifying to consider. Your brain isn't nearly as mysterious as you might think it is. When you fall for someone, several powerful chemicals basically start throwing a massive party in your system. Dopamine fires off and screams, "Wow, this person is so exciting." Oxytocin steps in and warmly whispers, "You feel completely safe here." Serotonin starts acting totally weird, throwing off your overall mood. And adrenaline, that makes your heart pound like you're literally running from a bear, instead of just, trying to make eye contact across a dinner table. When it's happening to you, it feels completely magical. But underneath it all, it's just biology. And the wild thing is, scientists can even influence some of these feelings. We know for a fact that certain activities naturally increase bonding. Think about shared adventures, or just holding intentional eye contact, genuine laughter, working together toward a common goal. Even synchronized movement, like dancing or exercising together, can actually trick your brain into making you feel incredibly closer to someone. So, the crucial point here is that it's almost like your brain has a specific recipe. Now, it's not a recipe for love itself, but rather a recipe for creating the exact conditions where love is just way more likely to take root and grow. Let's look at how this actually plays out in the real world. Back in the 1990s, psychologist Arthur Aron created an experiment that eventually became an absolute internet legend. The setup was incredibly simple. Two strangers sit across from each other. They carefully answer 36 increasingly personal questions. And then, the final step, they stare silently into each other's eyes for 4 whole minutes. That's it. Sounds awkward enough to make anyone want to instantly bolt from their room, right? Except something totally unexpected happened. Many of the participants reported feeling incredibly close afterward. Some of them actually fell in love. So was the experiment secretly creating romance out of thin air? Well, not exactly. What it actually created was vulnerability. And vulnerability is hands down one of the absolute strongest building blocks of human intimacy. The big takeaway here? Love doesn't always kick off with massive fireworks. Sometimes it just starts with simply being seen.
Act 3. Formulas and algorithms.
Let's be completely honest with ourselves for a minute. Dating apps promise to solve the messy problem of romance with cold, hard math. And to pull that off, they have to collect absolute mountains of data on us. They track exactly who you like, who you completely ignore, how many milliseconds you stare at specific photos, what time of night you're the most active, how quickly you reply to a message, your favorite jokes, your politics, your music preferences, and yeah, probably your absolute obsession with sending memes instead of engaging in actual human conversation. By tracking all of this stuff, algorithms become just frighteningly good at predicting attraction. But here is the crucial catch. Prediction is not creation. Knowing exactly who you're going to click with is not the same thing as making you fall deeply in love. It's exactly like Spotify recommending the perfect song. It can tee it up perfectly for you, but it can't force you to get up and dance.
Act 4. Artificial romance.
Okay, let's get a little weird for a second. Suppose scientists actually developed a pill. You take one single capsule, and within an hour, you feel deeply, profoundly attached to the person sitting right across from you. Would that truly be love? Believe it or not, some researchers have seriously explored this very question, and not because they want to randomly manufacture romance in some cold laboratory, but because truly understanding deep attachment could genuinely help couples repair failing relationships or even treat serious emotional disorders. Just imagine being able to help someone genuinely reconnect after severe trauma, or restoring emotional closeness that got damaged by a long-term illness.
Now, medically, that sounds genuinely amazing, but we have to ask. There's obviously a darker side to this. If our deepest emotions can be artificially manipulated, who exactly controls the switch? Would love still be real if someone else programmed it for you? That honestly feels a lot less like romance and a whole lot more like a dystopian science fiction movie. But here's the part that might actually happen in our lifetimes. Artificial intelligence is getting smarter every single day. It notices these incredibly subtle behavioral patterns that we humans completely miss. Maybe you walk around thinking you're heavily attracted to funny people, but the AI? It notices you're actually consistently drawn to kindness, or deep emotional stability, or, I don't know, people who own suspiciously large dogs. It might even get to the point where it predicts your future relationships based entirely on your subtle conversations, your weird personality quirks, and your past behavior. Sounds a bit creepy, right? Because it totally is, but it's also undeniably fascinating. Imagine an AI introducing two absolutely perfect matches who would have otherwise lived their entire lives as passing strangers. Did the AI create that love, or did it simply introduce two people who already had the potential? Because that is a huge difference.
Act 5. The human variable.
This is exactly where everything changes. Because love isn't just about that initial spark of attraction. It's about choice. Real love happens long after the butterflies fade away. After the exciting late-night texts stop being new and shiny. After the perfect first dates. It's about choosing someone on boring, ordinary Tuesdays. It's staying in the room during the really difficult conversations. It's forgiving, growing, and changing together over time.
Because at the end of the day, no algorithm on Earth can force genuine commitment. No chemical guarantees lifelong loyalty. And no AI can magically manufacture years of real, messy, shared memories. Technology might be able to open the door, but we humans still have to actually walk through it. So, can love be perfectly engineered? Maybe. The environment can be. The opportunities can certainly be engineered. The underlying chemistry can even be gently nudged in the right direction. But love itself? That still requires something no machine has fully figured out yet. Two imperfect people choosing each other. Again, and again, and again. And you know, maybe that's exactly why love continues to endlessly fascinate us. Not because it's impossible to explain, but because even when we understand every single chemical reaction, every clever psychological trick, every advanced algorithm, there is still one variable nobody can perfectly predict: the human heart. So what do you think? If an AI could guarantee that you'd meet your exact soulmate tomorrow, would you trust it? Or would knowing the outcome completely ruin the magic for you? Drop your answer down in the comments. And if you enjoyed exploring the science, psychology, and future of human connection with me today, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next explainer.